For many years, she had carried a burden that no one around her could truly understand. Her strength was fading, her heart was tired, and hope seemed farther away with every passing day. She had tried to endure the pain in silence. Day after day, she waited for something to change. But as the years passed, she began to wonder if her suffering would ever come to an end. Then, one morning, she heard something that awakened a forgotten hope. Jesus was coming through the village. She had heard the stories of his compassion, and she knew she had to see him. Jesus walked among the people, surrounded by a growing crowd. Everywhere he went, people came looking for hope. And among that crowd was a woman who had almost stopped believing that hope was possible. When she finally saw Jesus, something changed within her. She did not know what would happen, but for the first time in many years, she felt a small light of hope rising inside her heart. She began to follow him. She was weak, and the crowd was large, but she refused to turn back. Every step brought her closer to the one she believed could change her life. The crowd surrounded Jesus from every side. People pushed forward, trying to get close to him, but the woman kept moving, holding on to one simple thought: she only needed to reach him. With trembling hands, she reached toward his robe. She did not ask for attention. She did not ask the crowd to make way. In that quiet moment, she simply reached out in faith. And then, she touched his robe. In that instant, something changed. Her heart was filled with a peace she had not known for years. She knew that Jesus had heard the cry of her heart. Jesus stopped. The crowd continued around him, but he turned and looked back. He knew that someone had reached out to him in faith, and suddenly, the woman realized that she was not invisible to God. Jesus looked among the people, and the woman stepped forward. Fear filled her heart, but she did not run away. She stood before him, knowing that her deepest pain was now seen. With tears in her eyes, she humbled herself before Jesus. She had carried her suffering for so long, but now, standing before him, she no longer felt alone. Jesus looked at her with compassion. There was no condemnation in his eyes, only mercy. He saw not only her suffering, but also the faith she had carried through all those difficult years.
Peace be with you.
Jesus spoke to her with kindness and peace. His words were not filled with anger or judgment. They were words of comfort, restoring her heart and reminding her that faith had brought her into the presence of hope. The woman slowly stood. The sadness that had filled her face was replaced by joy. She could hardly believe what had happened. After years of suffering, she finally felt peace. Tears flowed from her eyes, but they were no longer tears of despair. They were tears of gratitude. She looked toward Jesus, knowing that the one she had reached for had never been beyond her reach. The people around them watched in amazement. They had witnessed something they could not easily explain. But the woman knew what had happened. Her life had been changed by faith and the compassion of Jesus. She stood before him with a grateful heart. There were no words great enough to express what she felt. Jesus had seen her when others had overlooked her, and he had given her a reason to hope again. Then Jesus continued his journey. The crowd followed him, but the woman remained behind, watching him disappear into the distance. Her circumstances had changed, but even more than that, her heart had been renewed. Perhaps you feel forgotten today. Perhaps you have carried a burden for longer than anyone knows. But remember this, Jesus still sees you. Keep your faith. Keep reaching for him. Your story is not over. There is still hope.